Hello, good afternoon, Dr. Murali.
Dr. Zang, thank you so much, Dr. Sabu. Bye.
I have a meeting. I'll come back. So, any questions for me here?
Thank you, Dr. Chan. Thank you so
Yes.
much. I understand I didn't do that much of biology.
We have a few questions here for you. First of all, thank you for participating in this Congress. It was a very interesting presentation that you showed us. I'm Alessandra, and I will be making the questions. I'll be asking the questions that the participants wrote.
Okay,
So,
sure.
sorry, I didn't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Yes. Okay, good.
All right. The first question was from Nayara, and she said, "Thank you, Dr. Murali Yallapu. Very interesting. How do different nanoparticle characteristics, aside from size, such as surface, charge, and shape, influence their efficacy in tableted nanomedicine?"
Yes. So apart from the size and other measurements, the critical parameters would be how it is the bioavailability of those nanomedicine and the release of the medicine from the nanoparticles, and especially targeting of these nanomedicine either at the tumor site or the intended disease area. So for example, like somebody wants to work with the Alzheimer's, okay, so the drug should have ability, or the formulation should have ability to reach to the brain, okay, so compared to other parts of the body. So that is in a simple way of mentioning that bioavailability is the prime that we need to consider, and then it's a targetability, and once it is reached there, and then the release of the drug in its active form is the main criteria.
Very interesting. And I have another question from Nayara also. She asked, and can tableted nanomedicine formulations be optimized to enhance drug delivery, specifically for hard-to-reach tumors?
Yes, so if you talk about reaching to the tumors, in general, whatever formulations you have in the market so far, they may go to the tumor maybe less than 10% of the entire dose that we administer. Okay, even if successfully that dose amount it goes there at the tumor site, it is still successful formulation compared to your free drug. Okay, that's where your nanotechnology have a benefit of entering at the tumor site by exploring with the help of EPR mechanism. And no doubt, like in the future, if any further modifications with any active targeting moieties, maybe it can further increase the dosage level at the tumor site.
Well, that's a lot of things to consider when thinking about the ways that the drugs might be delivered. I also have another question from Nayara. What are the potential implications of combining multiple drugs within a single tableted nanomedicine formulation?
Yeah, that's it's a fantastic idea. That's where one has to go in the near future, because if we talk about cancer medication, no single medication is given to a patient for the treatment purpose. Okay, always it is a combination of 2 or 3 drugs every time it is administered for a patient for effective treatment purpose. Considering in this scenario, putting 2 or 3 drugs in the tablet is always an advantage, and definitely no doubt, like if you have a 3 different nano formulation and putting into a tablet, again it would be a wonderful idea. Okay, you also can see some of the examples of multiple drugs in a tablet form. You see the HIV drug that currently exists in the market, that is composed of 3 different drugs. Okay, so it is possible and it's a good idea, and one can implement this particular idea.
That's really interesting. And well, there are many questions here. Another one is, what are the potential implications of? Oh, sorry, I already read this one. Is there a tabletized nanomedicine being used in other therapeutic areas outside of oncology?
So tabletized nanomedicine is a really new concept. There are not many formulations or the tablets that are exist for the clinical use. Okay, majority of them are still under either clinical trials or under the exploration by various scientists. But having putting the nanoparticle based formulation into a tablet form, certainly a new year and major milestone in the pharmaceutical industry, and we need to witness that with the time. So for now, I think very few formulations that are exist in the tabletized nanomedicine, but majority of them are still under preclinical evaluation, and very few of them are approved for few certain disease conditions.
Well, I'm pretty sure in the future there will be a more variety of drugs of this kind being applied to a greater variety of areas. But it's very interesting to know how it is progressing nowadays. I have another question here. What advancements are needed to make oral delivery of nanomedicine more prevalent in cancer treatment?
So it's an excellent question, and you all know that a very limited number of oral medication that are exist for cancer therapeutics. Okay, for example, like breast cancer prevention medication, and very few for prostate cancer and a few other cancer types. But there are no known and effective nano medication that is exist for cancer treatment in the form of tabletized nanomedicine. Okay, this is a very good area, and I urge everybody, if they have some kind of interest in developing the pharmaceutical agents, consider developing with the nanotechnology or nanomedicine. You all witnessed that, for the last 5 decades, uh, mixing a drug with the various polymers and excipients, you see the improved outcome of the drug delivery, more effective way, but not major effort was put forward in terms of nanomedicine with the oral drug delivery area. I feel that coming 1 or 2 decades is going to be exploration of the nanomedicine for oral delivery.
Well, that's again very interesting. I have another question here, also from Nayara. Do the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics of tableted nanomedicine formulations differ from conventional oral drug formulations?
So that's what I'm thinking. But if you compare with the existing literature, there is no head-to-head comparison with the tabletized medicine versus nano-tabletized medicine compared to the nano formulations. Okay, because to do all those systematic comparison would be much more, but in the literature it was not done very effectively. So meaning that I have no clue that to say in a single word whether we can get an improved benefits or not, but I'm envisioning that when you have a nanoparticle based medication in the tablet formulation, maybe it would enhance the delivery more effectively in compared to your tabletized medicine when you put them in the form of nanoparticles compared to free or commonly available formulations.
Well, there are actually a lot of points to consider. It's really a complex issue in general. And okay, there's another question here. Is there any potential risks associated with using positively charged nanoparticles in cancer therapy?
Right. So positively charged nanoparticles, it's not advised in general, either for intravenous injections or for any other type of medication, including oral medication. Okay. The highly positively charged medication would interact more heavily with all kinds of cells so that they may produce pores on the cellular membranes, so meaning that we may see a lot more side effects by destroying those cellular structures in the body or for various organ cells. Okay, so meaning that uh, not highly positive charged particles are recommended. Less positive or negative charged particles are highly recommended for the therapeutic applications. But highly positive charged always is a big no, because you all might be knowing that when you want to transfect something into the cell, then only we use positively charged lipids for as a transfecting agents, right? So that indicates if you use a lot more amount of the positively charged these agents, they make pores into the cells and then they get empty. Okay, if you use more and more concentration, eventually you will be destroying the cells, right? So considering that highly positive charged particles are big no for in vivo applications or for future developing nanomedicine applications.
Yeah. Well, again, that's very interesting, and there are actually a lot of things to consider when making making a new drug, especially thinking about how it's going to be delivered. Sorry. I have another question here that's asking, what are the potential implications of? Oh, sorry. What does the gastrointestinal environment? How does the gastrointestinal environment affect the stability and absorption of nanoparticle-based drugs? Oh. So the Dr. Murali seems to be having some internet difficulties. We'll be back. Doctor, you have to make your audio available.
Yes. So yeah, sorry about the technical issue here from my side. So the question is, can you repeat for me again?
Yes, it's how does the gastrointestinal environment affect the stability and absorption of nanoparticle-based drugs?
Yes. So in general, if you talk about tabletized nanomedicine is nothing but we will be having the all generally consider matrices will put the same matrix. The only the drug instead of crystals, drug crystals, will be putting them in the form of nanoparticles or nano-based drug-loaded nanoparticles. So as soon as the matrix dissociates, the nanoparticles may be having a better penetration through the intestines, and then they may reach more amount of the drug particles into the body, so that we may experience more bioavailability through these nanoparticle based tabletized nanomedicine.
Very interesting. And another question here from Alice. What are the primary challenges in transitioning from conventional chemotherapy to nanomedicine-based therapies?
Yeah, it's in a big and broader question to answer, because currently majority of the chemotherapies, those are all based on the intravenous injections, and very few of them are oral based. Okay, so if you consider developing any type of nanomedicine that can take the advantage and eliminate the intravenous infusions, that would be a greater achievement. Let's say, for example, some of the chemotherapy that you need to inject into the body, even if it is a orally taken drug, if that can achieve like 50% of the dose compared to your IV injection, still it has a lot more value and potential to be considered the oral route.
Oh, and now one last question. Can nanomedicine formulations overcome multi-drug resistance often seen in cancer treatment?
Right. In general, through much literature, throughout the literature on the drug resistance, always nanoparticles, overcome the PGP efflux mechanism, and a few other, additional advantage that we always get with the nanomedicine. Obviously, if any nanomedicine that is formulated in the form of tabletized nanomedicine, certainly those would be tackling those drug resistance that are exist in the tumors. So meaning that there may be a helpful in overcoming the drug resistance with the use of nanomedicine based tablets or alone nanomedicine.
All right. Yeah, it is really. Yeah, that's I said already multiple times, but I find this area very interesting.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
It's also very complex.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, it makes a lot of good changes especially in the oncology area. So it's also very, very complex and relevant. So Okay, I have one last question here. How do you see the future of table-tied nanomedicine evolving in the next decade, especially concerning cancer treatment?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Like, last 5, 6 decades, we focused much on regular tablets based, various number of drugs. But the future would be a tabletized nanomedicine tablets, tabletized nanomedicine. It's like only the way how we pursue things, like, if you all push forward towards the tabletized nanomedicine or the use of nanoparticles or nanomedicine, that would be the way to go, and you all may experience better therapy or better usage and better stability to the drug molecules, and then bioavailability and therapeutic outcome that we all can witness in coming a decade or two.
Oh, that was actually a very good final question.
Thank you.
So again, we don't have any more questions. So thank you again, Dr. Murali, for participating in the Congress. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I congratulate all your team, and then it's very well organized. And thanks for giving me the opportunity. And the interaction session is very well received. And then I appreciate everyone their efforts and then participation. And good luck for the conference.
Again, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Here on the chat are congratulating you for your presentation. And again, thank you so much. And I invite you all to keep participating in the next lectures. And have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. I appreciate all your time. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.